A high-pressure moment on live television can expose more than just political differences. It can reveal the power of unwavering truth. In today's account, Usha Vance faces a loaded question that was designed to trap her, only to flip the script so decisively that even her seasoned host is left scrambling. Before we get into every compelling detail, please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and share in the comments. Have you ever seen someone turn a difficult question into an opportunity for honest dialogue? Let's begin. Under brilliant studio lights in a packed Washington, D.C. briefing room, the air is electric with anticipation. Every camera is focused on a sleek, modern set where Usha Vance sits at a podium with calm, confident poise. With her elegant navy blazer and measured composure, Usha, an experienced Yale-educated attorney and former Florida Attorney General, has faced tough interviews before. Yet tonight, there is an unmistakable tension. The room feels as if it's holding its breath for the moment when the conversation will break away from the script. Across from her, Graham Layton, a well-known liberal commentator known for his aggressive questioning tactics, sits ready. His polished smile and the secretive glances exchanged by the production team signal that he believes he has the perfect setup to corner his guest. But as the opening credits fade, it becomes clear that this debate will be far more than routine. Graham leans forward, shuffling his notes with an air of confident provocation. "Do you ever regret marrying Senator J.D. Vance?" he asks. His voice calm, yet laced with an insinuation meant to unsettle. His tone is designed to catch Usha off guard, an attempt to force a personal admission before the cameras. The moment hangs in the air. A hush falls over the audience. Usha, however, meets his gaze with unyielding composure. "I've been asked that before," she replies in a clear, steady voice. "I'd say I regret nothing but rather celebrate the partnership that has enabled us to build a life of shared values and hard-won achievements." Her measured response draws a ripple of surprise from the audience. Graham's smile falters for just a second as he registers that his carefully set trap isn't having its intended effect. The tension deepens as every camera captures the subtle shift in the host's demeanor. Not willing to let the matter drop, Graham presses on. "Many argue that your political stance is out of touch with modern voters, accusing you of defending outdated policies that benefit only a select few. How do you respond to those who claim your decisions, including your personal choices, serve only to reinforce the status quo?" Graham's words are crafted to paint Usha as someone who prioritizes personal gain over the realities of everyday Americans. Yet, Usha tilts her head slightly, as if genuinely pondering the question before replying. "Consider the young voters who are burdened with record-high inflation, skyrocketing rents, and crushing debt. If acknowledging their struggles is seen as outdated, perhaps it's time we re-examine what modern truly means," she states, her voice steady and resonant. Her response shifts the focus from personal attack to a broader, more meaningful discussion. The audience, initially expecting a predictable defense, now listens intently as Usha redefines the debate, challenging not just the question, but the entire premise behind it. Graham, trying to regain control, changes tactics. "Let's talk about free speech," he says. "Some claim that without limits, dangerous misinformation spreads unchecked. Should there be boundaries to protect society?" Usha's eyes narrow ever so slightly. "Freedom of speech isn't just about echoing ideas we agree with," she responds firmly. "It's about defending voices that challenge us, even those we find uncomfortable. When we start drawing arbitrary lines on what is acceptable, we risk silencing the very truths that make our democracy resilient." Her words are delivered with a calm intensity that forces the audience, and even Graham, to pause and reflect. Every nuance of her measured tone reinforces her point. True accountability comes not from censorship, but from robust, open dialogue. Graham, shifting his approach, attempts one more personal jab. "Some might say you've used your platform to shield your record," he says, gesturing toward a stack of papers as if presenting damning evidence. "For example, a lawsuit involving a major donor disappeared without explanation. How do you account for that?" Graham's challenge is precise, a calculated move to trap Usha into defending decisions that, according to him, benefit only the elite. But Usha, unfazed, responds with clarity. "Every claim against me has been subjected to the full legal process. What you call a cover-up was simply due diligence in action. Sensationalism thrives on twisting facts for a headline, but I remain committed to substantiated truth. Her answer not only diffuses the trap, but shifts the narrative, causing a murmur of approval among the audience. Graham's carefully rehearsed script is unraveling as Usha continues to steer the conversation toward meaningful discussion. Noticing that the conversation is turning, Graham attempts to pivot again. "You're known for defending policies that many say have left everyday Americans behind," he asserts. "Do you truly understand the struggles of those people, or are you simply preserving a political image?" Usha leans forward, her tone soft but unwavering. "I have listened to the pain of those who face economic hardship every day," she says. "Leadership is about using every tool at our disposal, facts, empathy, and yes, even faith, to forge a better future. If dismissing these struggles is considered progressive, then we need to rethink what progress really means." Her words resonate deeply, and the room grows quiet as the true weight of her message settles. The audience is no longer divided by partisan lines. They are united by the authenticity of her commitment to real change. If you're inspired by this unwavering commitment to truth and integrity, please hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever seen a conversation where true leadership shone through the tension? And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth discussions that challenge conventional narratives and celebrate authenticity. Graham, sensing his control slipping, pushes further. "Then what do you propose, Caroline? How do we ensure that only one side of the narrative isn't given all the power, when in reality, both should be allowed to challenge each other?" His tone is edged, desperate to force a concession. Caroline meets his gaze steadily. "I propose that we stop treating debate as a game of who shouts the loudest," she declares. "True progress comes from listening, truly listening, to all voices, even those that challenge our own beliefs. When we allow arbitrary standards to define what is acceptable, we lose the diversity of thought that is essential for a healthy democracy." Her voice is calm and clear, carrying the weight of conviction that leaves little room for further argument. The host's smirk fades as he realizes that he has been outmaneuvered by the very person he sought to corner. With the room now fully absorbed in her words, Caroline delivers her final, decisive statement. "I refuse to play a role where I am forced to justify my personal choices to a hostile narrative. I stand here, not as a figure meant to please a particular agenda, but as someone committed to honest dialogue and meaningful progress. Let's remember that real change isn't about silencing dissent. It's about embracing the full spectrum of ideas, even the uncomfortable ones." A profound silence settles, punctuated only by the soft hum of the studio lights. The audience, having witnessed this masterclass in composure, responds with respectful applause. Even Graham appears momentarily subdued, his earlier aggression replaced by reluctant acknowledgement of her strength. As the broadcast concludes, the cameras capture one final image. Caroline's steady, confident expression that seemed to say, "I have nothing more to prove." Backstage, the reaction is immediate. Social media erupts with thoughtful commentary and widespread praise. Headlines emerge that celebrate her refusal to be baited, calling the moment a new standard for authentic dialogue, and when true leadership refuses to be silenced. News outlets, opinion writers, and viewers alike dissect the exchange, sparking conversations about accountability, integrity, and the evolving nature of political discourse. For Caroline, it is not just a personal victory. It is a statement that genuine leadership transcends partisan tactics. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever witnessed a debate where genuine integrity shifted the conversation entirely? Share your stories and reflections in the comments below. Your voice might inspire someone else to stand up for truth. If you found this discussion as insightful and inspiring as we did, please hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth conversations that challenge the status quo, and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Remember, real progress is born from honest dialogue and the courage to embrace the full spectrum of ideas. Thank you for watching, and until next time, speak your truth, listen with an open heart, and let integrity lead the way.